Welcome to the show, everybody. How you guys doing? This is the Beer Snobs, and you're at Daemon's Corner. And this week on the show, Brian.
What's up?
Beer Snob Brian, how you doing?
Not too bad, man. Just been busy.
So, are you familiar with how the show works?
Yeah. No, I've actually listened to quite a bit of the episodes you put out. So this is actually, I'm good with the format here.
All right, let's get to the first segment. It's time for Beer News.
Beer News.
All right. And we're going to start off with, this is an interesting one. Buy a beer for a friend remotely. Yes, there's an app for that. How to Beergram.
You know what? Okay, now, that would be awesome if they do the new, the Amazon drones?
To drop the beers on people?
If they design a drone to carry a six-pack, that would be badass.
So back to the story. When Andrea Sanchez registered for her wedding in 2005, she was struck by both the ease and rarity of the occasion. It's unfortunate that the only time you have a list of things your friends can search and buy for you is when you get married or have a baby, she said. So what she did is she launched an app called Beergram on Super Bowl Sunday from her home in Austin and counted on the community culture of craft beer to help the app take off. Apparently, beyond friends sharing beer, Sanchez notes the review feature, also accessible after you've purchased or redeemed a beer, gives breweries and brew pubs a more reliable data set when it comes to what people are drinking than anonymous online reviews. It actually tracks purchasing, whether people like something enough to buy it, she said. But apparently it's in her area with participating bars. What do you think of apps like this? Like,
yeah, I mean, that's cool. Like, it is really cool. I do really think it's a neat thing. The problem I have is one of the big things I like about going out to bars or even going to a friend's house or whatever, inviting people over to come hang out is the opportunity to try something new. Yeah. Now, if you're only going to pick up what I like, I'm never going to try anything new. You know what I like.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So, I'll go with whatever. I mean, how do I know I don't like sour beers? I don't like sour beers. I know I tried it, but I'm not going to try it if you're just going to go pick up a Newcastle or a Hangar 24 or whatever I put on my registry for it.
It says users can check in at their favorite craft beer bars and meet like-minded friends or simply declare that they're ready for a pint. Okay. For bars, the app opens up an entirely new buying base. It doesn't even have to be on-site to give them business.
Yeah, that could be cool. I mean, but you go to a bar enough, they're going to know what you want anyway. Like, I mean...
Well, true, but basically, you're having a shitty day at work, a particularly crappy day at the office, and instead of mere words or, texting or whatever, you just send out a beergram. I'm headed to this bar, and that bar already has a list of the beers you prefer to buy that they have, and so your friends can let's go to the bar, and I'll buy you this because the beergram told me.
Okay, well, have you ever had a shitty day at work?
Yes.
Do you really care what you're drinking as long as it gets you hammered, right?
No, I care.
You care. You're like,
I want to have a good fucking beer. I don't want a crappy beer that's going to keep my mood horrible.
Maybe you have a down day. If I've had a shitty day, I'm like, I'll drink gasoline. Just get me hammered. Give me an excuse to not go to work the next day. I want to drink like 15 Irish car bombs and just get floored. Let me do something weird. It's like whatever. But I mean, it's a cool app and it is a cool idea. Like, I'm not trying to down talk the app and the idea of it being like, available in other places. I guess it works for some people. But I don't think it works for
Brian. Basically, he's saying he doesn't want you to buy him a beer. Don't buy him a beer. He doesn't need your app.
Well, I'm trying
He'll just drink his own shitty beer. Don't buy him anything good either.
What, you want to know my app? Just buy me something. Dealer's choice.
Basically, the Brian's app is I'm thirsty app.
Yeah,
and he posts I'm thirsty, and now you know.
I just buy me a Coors. You know what? I don't even care.
That is just god awful.
If I've had a bad day at work, I really don't care. Now, the trade off is if you buy me a bad beer, you're probably gonna have to buy several of them to get me hammered because, I mean, if you ever had a Coors, not only is it a struggle to drink through, but it also really doesn't have the effect that you want the beer to have.
Because they have low ABVs. That's the other part about being a shitty beer.
Yeah, so I mean, it is a cool app for the bar, I think, because it gives them a mind of what's going to sell. It starts with a good idea, and I think it's neat to kind of show up and say, like, we're, kind of like ordering a pizza online on your phone now. It's like, well, I just want this, and this.
Way too easy.
Yeah, it's like now I don't even have to go talk to the bartender who's got one eye and is like got an overinflated nostril. I just give me my beer so I don't have to look at you. I already ordered it. There you go. Boom, done.
This story brought to us by Houston.culturemap.com, and it was written by Caroline Galley, and that was story number 1. Let's get story number 2. Oh, here's a good one. Iceland Brewery makes beer with whale meat.
Whale meat, huh?
Stojar Brewery has partnered with Hufler, a whaling company, to brew a 5.2% whale meat lager that harkens back to their Viking brethren. Brewery owner, oh God, really? I had to pick the story about people from Iceland. Here we go. Brewery owner Dag Bjartur Arlursson
That's a cool name. I'm just saying,
and
that's
I'm
a
probably
cool name.
fucking that up hard. Said the beer is made with, among other things, whale meat. The beer is meant to coincide with their annual midwinter festival honoring the Norse god Thor.
Honoring the movie Thor.
Yes.
I know it's not the movie. It's,
Death clock.
So
Arluson defends the beer's traditional, explained that it's made only for the annual festival. The brewery also said that the beer is very healthy, being high in protein, low in fat, made with no added sugar, and the people who drink it will become true Vikings.
Now, that is a big claim.
Yes.
Big claim. So if I drink this, it's okay for me to go pillage and plunder places.
Apparently you will grow fine long locks of blonde hair, and your beard will grow and
get a big like horn hat and stuff.
Yeah.
So Vikings used to literally sit there and like peek over the boat, and go, "I'm thirsty. Look at that whale. I know. Let's chop it up and put it into a drink."
Speaking of which, the guy brewing this got whaling conservationists pissed off. Vanessa Williams-Gray, head of the whaling campaign for whale and dolphin conservation, is particularly appalled as this comes at a time when demand for the meat is finally declining. Like, they're finally stopping with the whale killings, and now this douche is trying to make whale beer, reducing a beautiful sentient whale to an ingredient on the side of a beer bottle is about as immoral and outrageous as it's possible to get. Where the brewery may claim that it is just a novelty product with a short shelf life.
You know what?
Every time I start talking from a position of like any person like that, it gets whiny in my head. So I wanted you to know
Screw
what
it, man. I want whale beer and dolphin tuna. Just make me a dolphin sandwich.
A dolphin sandwich washed down with a whale beer.
Chop up some kids too. I don't care. I mean, that's like, I don't think I would drink the whale beer. I could be a Viking by going to the costume store and picking up a Thor outfit. Like,
well, all I gotta say is the worst part about this is this beer will not be exported at all. Available only in Iceland between January 4th and February 22nd.
Whaling is good.
So apparently you can only drink it there anyway.
Thank goodness you can only drink it there. Because, I mean, can you imagine if, like, it was available everywhere? We're just going to kill, like, you know, Pacific whales and, like, make a mead out here. I don't know. I never thought I would put whale meat in a drinking glass. Like, okay, I could think.
Well, I mean, think about it like this: Guinness actually uses fish guts as a property in their stout.
That's awesome.
It's part of the brewing process. The beer is filtered through fish guts.
Nobody cares about fish, though. I mean, it's like,
but a whale is like a giant fishy mammal.
Yeah, it's a natural progression, though. It's the natural. We've had, you know, the cat shit coffee, moving on to whale meat beer. So. You know, next it'll be Soylent Green. We'll just go the whole hog with
people beer.
People beer.
Awesome.
Beer is people.
that is it for our second story. That was from the BrowardPalmBeach.com.
With Jorgen Jorgensen.
Written by David Minsky. All credit to David Minsky. And that is it for beer news. How about we get to our next segment of the show, blind taste testing. Here's beer number 1.
All right. It was ice cold, too. That's nice.
And this is nice and golden, very smoky. I like the look of it. Is very, very cloudy.
Yeah, you know, and it's got a really nice head on there too. It's not like
this head looks very light, like in color, but it's so nice and thick, and it coats the glass really well. Look at that.
I know you want to take a nap on it, right? It's
like a cloud.
It's very soft looking. That is really cool.
Or very orangish, like honey in color, and very, very cloudy. That's really nice.
Yeah.
The smell is almost reminiscent of a decent European ale. Like I can smell like a little spice. I don't know if we're gonna taste it.
You know, I kind of get a little bit of pine out of it. Do you get a little bit of pine out of it?
No, I'm not getting it. But let's go for the taste. I'm getting it now.
You know, it almost tastes like an IPA without the hops in it. Like it has like without the bite to it. Like it's got the pine in there. I can taste the pine. I can smell it.
I refer to as like a well blended IPA.
Yeah, it doesn't have any of the bite or any of the cringe to it that that actually a lot of people hate from IPAs. Like the people who don't like IPAs, usually that's the reason they don't, is because it hits the back of their throat and it
just like kicks their teeth in with hops.
Yeah, and this doesn't have any of that, but it still has the overall taste of an IPA. Like it has the pine in there. It has like the lighter kind of crisp taste to it.
Yeah. Let's get to the reveal. Wow, this is Anchor Brewing Company's Liberty Ale. And it is an IPA, so we called
Look
it.
at that. I'm dumb in most things, but I guessed that one.
The Anchor Brewing Company Liberty Ale, again, IPA, ABV, 5.9, so not that bad. Hoppy, well-balanced, revolutionary. The champagne-like bubbles, distinctive hop bouquet, and balanced character of Liberty Ale revives centuries-old ale brewing traditions that are more relevant now than ever. First introduced in 1975, Liberty Ale was brewed strictly according to the traditional brewing methods and uses only natural ingredients, pale malted barley, fresh whole cone cascade hops, and a special top fermented yeast and water. Blah, 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 blah. Several pages of stuff. Okay. Apparently, they love writing about their beer. They love, not as much as Stone, but they're almost there. And
Liberty Ale takes you on an adventurous journey on a ride of unicorns in
seriously,
a fanciful forest.
There's writing all over the top of this bottle too. I mean, they just it's all over the place.
It looks like just a wall of text. It's like the whole bottle.
It's so much that it's like tiny, teeny, tiny text. The price, $1.79 for a 12-ounce bottle, which is pretty standard, I guess. 6-pack, $7.69.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that is a monster deal.
That is a good price for, I would say, a damn well blended IPA.
Yeah,
I am impressed by that.
Less than $8 for a 6-pack.
Looking at the bottle, it's a little weird. It's like a really old Navy tattoo.
It's just missing the bird with a cigar in his mouth. No,
it's like it's an anchor
with wings.
And on top of Captain America's original shield. Like literally, this looks like Captain America's original shield. And then like a bald eagle behind that, standing on wheat. And pine cone. Like, look at this, and it looks like it was colored. Like, it seriously looks like a political cartoon from like the 1950s in color.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
You're trying to guess the joke. You're like, wait a minute, this means something. It's Death to America or something. No, yeah, it's got. it's literally. You're right. It's got Captain America's old school shield.
It's got the old school shield on it
with the anchor. It's got a really. I mean, that eagle looks pissed off.
He's like, "What the fuck am I doing here?"
That was my shield first. But no, that looks pretty cool. I actually like the picture. But you're right.
It's weird because it's like the sticker design is parchment colored. And the colors are very, like, it just looks like I said, kind of like a political cartoon in a way. They're
like a New York Times political cartoon somewhere.
Yeah, it looks very old-timey, kind of old-fashioned. I kind of like it. I mean, you would say something like that is too busy, but it's just, I think it's kind of perfect for what it is.
You know what? The bottle itself is meh, but the beer is actually absolutely floored with the price.
So I guess we should bring it to a vote. Thumbs out. How do you rate this one, Brian?
Oh, way up, dude. Way up.
Thumbs up from Brian.
Really, really cool, man. I like it a lot.
All right, and I have to say, great price, great taste. I mean, impressive, well-blended IPA. My thumb is up all the way. This is impressive.
Oh, yeah.
This is a good beer.
I mean,
and I'm afraid of whatever the hell Hef is going to throw at us next because, I mean, usually we start with lighter ones and.
The problem with Hef is you look over and he's got this sinister look on his face
because he's a bastard. It's because he's a bastard.
Something's going to go wrong.
Which brings us to beer number 2.
Dos.
This one,
really.
This is a little lighter than the last one.
No, spin it, man. Get the head, and it gets really cloudy real fast. You can actually see the cloud forming in it,
which probably means this beer might be a little overcarbonated.
Really, really nutty though, man. Smell it. It smells like
wow,
almonds maybe
and hops. And those are the two things I smell.
I like that smell, man. Like I just want to get like a scented candle that's got that smell.
Whoa, that is some pine nuts right there.
That's really good.
You got a mouthful of pine nuts.
You see what I'm getting is like I'm getting that nutty taste with the pine.
That's why I said pine nuts.
Yeah. These nuts, pine nuts. But it's cool because you kind of get to feel it like you get the hit from the hops, and then that whatever kind of it's got to be like almonds or maybe like cashews or something. Kind of just washers right in behind it.
It's weird the way it's blended. It blends together well, but I think the hops are standing out way more. I mean, obviously, this is some kind of IPA. It's got to be some kind of IPA or just excessive hop blend in some other kind of beer.
Really, I'm not getting it that bad. Maybe
it is. It really is.
Maybe I've just burned it out with having way hoppier beers.
Yeah.
But
no, yeah, this is This one's way hoppier. There's not as good of a blend on it than the last one.
Oh yeah, no, this is definitely stronger than as far as the hops taste to it than the first one. But I mean, as far as overall, it's really a pretty mild hops taste compared to the general.
I'm
West
disagreeing.
Coast
I'm
hops.
disagreeing with you on this one. It's okay. So let's get the reveal. Let's what the fuck is this? Maui Brewing Company's Big Swell IPA. Big Swell as in a big wave.
Swell.
In a can, ladies and gentlemen. In a
I
can.
think it's good, man. Like
Big Swell IPA by Maui, 5.1% ABV.
nice.
Our handcrafted India Pale Ale brewed with 4 different kinds of northwestern hops and malted barley, dry hop to perfection. Its flavor begins smooth and malty and is followed by a big burst of hop flavor. Yeah, I got that.
See, I get it the other way around. Like I get the malty after the hops. when I drink
That's
it.
where, because I tasted it exactly like it described. This is probably the most accurate description I've ever read. Jesus Christ.
Drink it.
All right.
It's beer. That's accurate.
Now here's one for the books. The price of this for this fucking can is $1.99 for a single, or prepare yourself, $10.99 for a 6-pack of cans.
Holy crap!
It's like you're drinking your money away.
See, but that's exactly
Dear God.
that is exactly what I meant about the price on the last one. Now for cans, that is outrageous.
That is completely. Well, the thing you have to understand about Maui, though, they do make a lot of good beers that for some reason can withstand being in a can without tasting too tinny.
Well, I think this is great. Like, don't get me wrong, but for
Yeah.
$10.99, that other one's a much better deal.
Yeah, and let's take a look at the can. It is blue. It is very, very.
Well-
It is bluer than a married man's nuts. Can you attest to that, Brian?
Oh, yeah, no, but it's water. Water is blue. It's a swell. So
Water technically isn't blue.
looks blue
It
to
just
me.
appears that way depending on where you are.
Science. Nobody. I don't know.
The tide goes in, the tide goes out. You don't know why.
Damon, it's called magic. All right.
Doing
I know,
it live.
I know why. It's magic.
Go right here, doing it live. Fucking thing sucks. So any opinions on the can? Any specific opinions on it?
Okay, it's a cool blue. I like that. I think it's a nice like dark blue. It looks pretty neat. The picture is meh. It's a guy surfing, and there's
like every Maui can is like some picture of somebody surfing around the beach.
what
or
do
something.
people do in Maui?
Hanging on the beach?
You think
whatever.
there'd be like barbecuing pineapples or something on one of the cans? But no, it's
Yeah.
just it's a silhouette out there getting ready to surf. The symbol's kind of cool. Whatever that is. That a turtle?
I don't know.
I like turtles. I like turtles.
This obviously it looks like a Hawaiian like symbol of a turtle.
It's gonna be it's what it is.
Let's take it to the final judgment here. Thumbs out. What is your judgment for this beer, all things considered?
And it's Hef's fault because Hef knows I like IPAs, so I like different IPAs than the standard. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. Like I know you're probably gonna disagree, but I'm gonna give it a thumbs up because it's not the super hoppy IPA, and the nut flavor that came with it was actually kind of cool. So thumbs up.
You are a thumbs up.
I'm a thumbs up, man.
I am a thumbs down.
Big surprise.
And why am I thumbs down? I will explain. Okay. Number one, I think I'm a big fan. Growing as a beer connoisseur, as a beer snob, I have realized that now it's not as much about styles as about blending, about making a well balanced, well blended ale that can bring out flavors or create a mixture that has its own specific taste. And when it comes down to this is not a well blended IPA. This is a hop in your face IPA, which I'm just not a huge fan of. That is not a reason enough to make it bad, because as IPAs go, it's good. I give you that. What drives me over the edge from what would have been a neutral vote to a down thumb is the fucking price.
Now,
that is
okay.
way too high, and I am not going to recommend that to people, because $10.99 for a 6-pack of canned beer, fuck that.
Yeah, okay. That is something that is I would recommend people to try it, but the price is pretty outrageous for cans.
Good job.
Buy the $2 can, try it. I mean, I've drinking tons of IPAs. This is definitely a neat flavor for IPAs. The price for the 6-pack is outrageous. Like it's what is it, $11 for 6 cans?
Yeah.
If it was bottles, I can see that. That much is pretty ridiculous. It was hard for me to kind of think to go with the thumbs up. As far as recommending it to people, though, they should go out and pick up the single can for $2. You're not going to get anything else for less than $2, but it is something worth trying out. Like buy a can and try it out for a 6-pack. Though, like this is my drink to go get. or I'm going to put this on my little beer registry thing to go pick me up. No, it's ridiculous.
Well, as we normally say on the show, don't just take our word for it. But our motto here is "We drink, you decide," and that definitely goes for all of these. I mean, if you think it might be good, go out and try it. You might like it. You might think it's too much. You might think it's crap. It's up to you to go out and give it a shot.
Taste-wise, it is a thumbs up. Price-wise, you didn't offer me the neutral vote.
No. Like I said, you started a neutral. You can go wherever you want. If you like to change your vote now officially, because you didn't know, I'll let you.
I'll change it to a neutral vote.
Okay, it's a neutral thumb for Brian
and
a thumbs down for me. So that would make a beer of show our first beer, which was the Anchor Brewing Company Liberty Ale.
Hands down. The
beer
best
show.
Beer of the show. That is really the coolest thing to have.
It's a well-blended IPA.
You get the cool things that everybody can enjoy about an IPA without getting the things that a lot of people hate about an IPA. So,
which is the point.
Right, which is really cool.
Well, that would be the end of the show. Had a good time, Brian?
Of course, man. Like, you're always fun to hang out with. This was really neat.
And hopefully the beers were good. It sounds like you liked them.
I like both the beers.
Yeah, you got IPAs and you're an IPA fan.
And I didn't have to spend the $10 to get the pack either.
I know, right? That was all Hef. Fuck you, Hef.
Yeah. Yay me.
Thanks for buying us beer. Now we're going to shit on you. No, just kidding. Anything you'd like to plug while you're on the show here?
Yeah, well, I do the Happy Hour Radio every Thursday, 6 to 8. We cover
beer, wine, and spirits.
Beer, wines, and spirits. We take you all over the Inland Empire, looking for the best beers, wines,
all
bars,
over
liquors.
the vast Inland Empire.
We try and take you everywhere to look for different bars, locations, and different places to find things. But it's every Thursday, 6 to 8.
All right.
You can find us on Chaotic Radio.
Chaotic with a K, KAOTIC.
Yes.
chaoticradio.com, Happy Hour IE Radio.
That's right. You can listen to me make a complete ass of myself every week.
Every week, not just on this show.
I put my foot in the mouth all the time.
He does. It fits. So we usually have a third segment of the show, but we're not having it. We want to do it, but none of you guys, I'm talking to you, have come up with a question for us. So if you have questions or comments for us, contact us via Twitter or Facebook with hashtag Ask a Beer Snob, or just send us a message, whatever, and no matter what the question, personal, about beer, we will answer it on the show. Thanks again for listening. You can find us at thebeersnobs.com, facebook.com/thebeersnobs page, twitter.com/thebeersnobs, and also subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, and at YouTube at youtube.com/thebeersnobs. And that is it for the show. Thanks a lot for listening. We will see you next time.
Thanks so much.
Auf Wiedersehen.